Okay, my teams are pretty standard, and they're heavily built around Rumble exclusives, like usual, like a lot of people do. Honestly, quick. I took out what I usually have in here being a Kainu versus a Kainu. Put in Carrot. I think that might be good for getting everyone a little faster. Since we're about trying to get as many specials off. Normally, I prefer a Kainu, though he's kind of falling out of meta heavily. Because if he doesn't go first, he's really not that great. As far as replacements, if you're going to look for replacements for the Rumble Legends, it's really. I would. You got the one that was given free for Kiji, but he's a shooter, which is nerfed in this one, since shooters are nerfed in this fight. I mean, actually, because you wouldn't possibly. I'm not sure. Besides the new Boa, which I think is okay as a Rumble character, not sure what would be a good choice for it for replacement. Maybe Magellan for the haste up. I don't know, or Cracker for the speed up, for a CT speed up. And Shiki, if you have him, especially low limp break, he's gets some extra girth, and he's a pretty decent hit. Get him to like level limp break 2 for the basic ability, the passive abilities up, and level 4 for the special up. Something like that. Int team, yep. I had my 6+ pudding on in front row instead of Yamato, but last time she died alongside of Pooh, they took a hit near the very end. So I felt like I should add some extra tankiness up front, since Pudding's HP and attack. Putting Yamato back up front is good for it gives also defense up besides the attack and HP and speed. If you're looking to replace, it's a good question. I would possibly throw in the Pudding I mentioned, just because I like the CT speed up, but not really in every situation is it good. Shanks, I think is okay personally. Versus Shanks, I mean. Blackbeard, in this situation where the enemies are like immune to bleed and heavily reduce HP cuts, I don't really recommend him per se. You can always try it. And I feel like the 6+ Bonnie's a little slow, since they get their special so much faster, and she requires specifically 70% or higher for her rewinds to happen. So you can always try it if you feel like it, and keep trying it. So yeah, there's always ways you can try to work around this, but and Psy, well, I really wish they would release some good Rumble rare recruits that are Straw Hats that aren't Zoro, because he's like the best one for these Rumble rare recruits. But he's in the Luffy Zoro Sanji, so he can't be used. I need two good Rumble rare recruits that are Straw Hats that aren't any of these 4 characters. Well, I mean, between Nami, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, any of those 4 characters. But the Keys Worker Robin, I think, was pretty good as a replacement on the team for one of those two. But again, not really like it's ideal. So let's see how this goes. Okay. Doing fine. Now to nerf them. Really, sugar is really good for helping to nerf your enemies and giving you CT up. But even if she nerfs, if they do just HP cuts and fixed damage, it doesn't really help in the long run. Okay, Carrot's gonna do her job and cool down everyone. Good, good. I don't care if he dies. Okay. So the two back rows are broken, so they're dead. Need to take out that last bit of health. Okay, so at least no matter what, they're dead. You can move on to the next stage. So easily can clear these guys. And there goes Carrot. And I won't get to go first, sadly. Lost my two bigger DPSs. Okay. At least should get okay. It's gonna hurt. Another fixed hit. And last minute pop of damage. Cool, cool, cool. Nami's doing a good job of stopping them from getting their specials off. It's too bad there's not 3 enemies to take the multi-hits. But that's fine. It does help Nami just wipe out their specials. He's so close to being... Okay. So close to being dead. But he's still alive. But he'll be dead in a moment. Yep, his HP broke. So I can move on to the next one. I considered, instead of Law, putting on Kuzin. You're not allowed to bring on this one powerhouses, as they're called. You weren't able to bring powerhouses. And for this one, you're allowed to bring fighters, which means the Int Gear 5 Luffy's not to be brought. Although he's not the greatest for DPS per se. He's great for forcing out your enemies, causing you to win when everything else is gone. I mean, he does a decent hit overall, still. But he's not going to be useful in this, with no fighters allowed. Urouge, who I don't normally use, is great for Assault Rumble. He's a good hit against he's a good hit against these guys, being Sai specifically. Confusion. But you popped it at the wrong time. Would be nice to have wiped out their specials before they hit me. Okay. Didn't get to wipe out their specials at all with the confusion effect, but that's RNG, right? He was not listed as next. Okay, confused, and their HP is broken, so they're dead. And move on to the next one, which is just repeat. As long as you don't fail to kill them, and you keep moving on, so you can keep retrying instead of getting stuck on these. Like one of the past seasons, I had to retry because I failed to get the kill because I was just using my normal Rumble teams, not changing them up at all, which didn't work out for me. Now, Yamato is supposed to wipe out HP, but when she dies, she targets one. I don't know how that works in this concept of a mode, honestly. But should be a good hit, I would think. 1.8. So I dealt 1.5, 1.6, and 1.8. Not the best in ranking, but hey, I don't really expect it with there being modifiers for pulling on the monthly batch. So I'll take what I get. It's free rewards, which, assuming I get kicked out of 5K in the end, that's still 25 gems if I get top 10K only. So yeah, what I'm using, pretty standard, small modifications here there. Don't know how much this would help, honestly, but maybe someone will use a character they don't really think of, like Urouge. Play safe, be smart there.